Good afternoon from Stafford railway station, and today you join me on this amazing sunny day for a journey up the West Coast Mainline with Avanti in their standard premium section. And I thought I'd do a video on this because it's sort of Avanti's new first class offering. It's more popular than first class because it's a lot cheaper and it still offers lots of the same benefits. So we'll be testing out to see what it's like, of course assessing the comfort and the value for money. And yeah, it should be a really nice journey. The train arrives in about 4 minutes time on platform 5, which is just on my left, and obviously we'll hop on board when it arrives. Stafford railway station was first opened way back in 1837, with the current station structure being a more recent addition as a result of the West Coast modernisation programme in 1962. Today the station sees services from LNWR, cross country and of course Avanti, to a variety of destinations such as Bournemouth, Bristol, London, Liverpool, Manchester, North Wales and Scotland, where we'll be travelling today. And bang on time, our train to take us up to Glasgow pulls into the platform in the form of a 9-car Class 390 Pendolino, which have been the mainstay of the West Coast Mainline fleet since their introduction with Virgin trains in the early 2000s. More recently, the entire Pendolino fleet has been refurbished with completely new seats in standard class and the reupholstering of those in first class. It also happens that we'd be riding on Pendolino number 390 044 Royal Scot, which in 2021 travelled between London and Glasgow in 3 hours and 53 minutes, just 20 seconds short of the record set by BR's advanced passenger train in 1979. But for now, let's board the sole standard premium coach of the train, located just in front of the 2 first class carriages, and take our reserved seats. So now that we're on our way from Stafford, let's have a quick look at today's route up to Scotland's largest city. Beginning in Stafford, we make a series of stops across the northwest at Crewe, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan Northwestern, Preston and Lancaster, roughly an hour and 20 minutes after departure. From here we begin to traverse the eastern edge of the Lake District National Park, climbing to the highest point of the West Coast Mainline in England at Shap, before calling at Penrith. After another stop at the city of Carlisle, we cross the border into Scotland, where we're due to arrive at Central Station at 19:24. Scheduled journey time to cover the 267-mile route is 3 hours and 37 minutes, giving us an average speed of 74 miles per hour, all being well, of course. Having had some time to settle into our seats, let's now look at what you get with Avanti's standard premium offering. Being the middle tier of travel class, standard premium essentially offers the same seats as in first class, just without the extra food service. This means that the seats themselves are of course extremely comfortable, featuring a classy leather headrest, an excellent level of recline controlled by the lever, a sturdy and adjustable armrest at every seat, coat hooks, a multitude of power options including standard plug sockets, USBs and wireless chargers at every table, and plenty of luggage storage throughout the carriage. It's worth noting at this point that on weekdays, just 1 out of 3 first class carriages are designated standard premium seating, with this increasing to 2 on the weekends. Despite this, anyone at any time can, provided there's room, sit in standard premium and then pay an upgrade cost to the guard, with more details about pricing of this found on Avanti's website.
Chester Road, Bungle, Holyhead, Runkle, Liverpool, stations called Centrewise, Shrewsbury, Stoke-on-Trent, Tuxedo, Derby and Nottingham.
Upon leaving Crewe, we started feeling a bit peckish, so I headed down to the onboard shop in Coach T, which offers a range of drinks, snacks and sandwiches, as well as one of my favourite features on board, a water refill point, something that should definitely be incorporated more into UK trains. As we pulled into Warrington Bank Quay, all seemed to be going well. However, we were informed by the guard after over 45 minutes sat at the station that there had been a major points failure ahead and that we'd had to take a short diversionary route via Newton Le Willows to bypass the issue. Due to the track layout at Warrington, we were required to leave the station before returning to platform 4 in order to access the junction leading off the West Coast Mainline, all of this adding further delay to our train.
Good afternoon, this is Rosie, part of the onboard team. Just to let you know, the shop is currently closed in Coach.
You collect all your luggage and personal belongings. Change here for Liverpool Line Freeway, Station Central and Station South.
Eventually, after rejoining the West Coast Mainline, we pulled into Wigan North Western before our approach to Preston via the spectacular Ribble Viaduct, built in 1837 and widened in 1879. And with departure from Preston leaving behind the previous disruption, we settled into the comfort of standard premium to enjoy the spectacular scenery over the Lake District.
After that one, the next service is at 1951 on.
Now got about 40 minutes before we arrive into Glasgow Central. We've made the final stretch of the journey and we're running about an hour and a half late due to the points failure earlier on that you will have heard about already. So it's been a bit of an interesting journey, but I will update you in Glasgow Central on my final thoughts when we arrive at around about 10 to 9 this evening. Soon we arrived at our final station of Motherwell, a stop for dropping off passengers only, before passing the Caledonian sleeper set stabled at Polmadie Depot, awaiting its path into Central Station not too long after we had arrived.
Which is our next and final stop.
Calling at Motherwell.
And with the crossing of the River Clyde, we concluded a long yet comfortable journey in Avanti Standard Premium, a worthwhile consideration when travelling long distance up or down the West Coast Mainline, especially as it's much better value for money compared to first class. And we've eventually made it into Glasgow Central 94 minutes late. So luckily we do get a full refund of our £89 ticket. Standard Premium definitely came in handy, seeing as we were on the train for over 5 hours and the seats were really comfortable. So the journey wasn't too bad, just a bit longer than expected and a bit tiring. But as I said, we do get it all for free. So it worked out okay in the end. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next adventure.